Hi everyone. Let's take a look at the graph for the brand new TRUTHEAR Zero. And when this earphone came out barely a week and a half ago, I discussed the fact that this would be a neutral earphone, and it will depend on the kind of people that would like the neutral set to that will pretty much go for it. Now, the graph and the reviews are already out, and the thing I suggested would be the way it would be tuned is pretty much what came out to be the fact at the end of the day. So what we're looking at, look, the tuning of this earphone, you can clearly see it's a neutral to bright set from the graph alone. If you're looking at the graph, the upper mids is boosted, and the lower treble is kind of like taking down a bit, then it glides up slightly and then tape goes down from there, at least from the higher frequency. You can clearly see that the mids is boosted slightly, and it glides way down to the lower mids, and the lower mids is kind of like brought down a lot. So what's telling me is that this earphone would technically have a very strong or in your face kind of mids, because Crinacle, that is the way he likes to tune his earphone. He likes his mids more or less direct in your face. He prefers his mids to present vocals the way he would like it to present vocals. So I think this set is going to be very mid focused for a lot of people. Now, if you like mids a lot, you might be looking at this set. If you like some treble, you still look at this set. It might not have the best treble, yeah, but it will have some treble because Crinacle is pretty good in that department. That's what he likes to tune his earphones for. Now, if we look at the bass, where I'm always having problems with his tuning, you can see he bumped the mid bass up slightly, but not by much if you in comparison to the mid section, especially when you look at the upper mid tuning. You can clearly see it isn't where I would want it to be. The bass is staying down. So that's the problem I have with his tuning sometimes for his earphone. He tends to focus so much of his strengths on the mids and the treble, and then kind of like neglects bass, and bass really falls by the wayside. And if you look at the sub bass, you can see it's rolled off. So that's the problem I do have with the tuning most of the time he implements on his earphone, which is not necessarily a bad thing because it's taste. If you like bright sets, something that is a little bit direct on your face, this is going to be a set for you. If you like bass, if you like rumble, slam, impact, you might be looking at another option, because that is what you have to look at, because he's not really going to give you that tuning basically. But I think his tuning is very unique in its own right, but the wow factor of neutral earphones have kind of like faded over time now, because a lot of people now are pretty much making neutral earphones. It's really no longer a big deal these days. It's something that everybody actually can do or is doing. So that's just the situation of tuning these days. It's not a bad thing to have neutral earphones. It's just that it's now the clear focus of every manufacturer and tuner. Now they have to make a neutral set. They just don't feel like bass is as important as it used to be 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So that's where we are right now. So I complain because I've listened to good bass strong earphones that still had clarity, and that's why I feel quite annoyed why we do not still have earphones that have rumble deep bass. So it's not necessarily like these no neutral tunings are bad. It's just that it becomes more or less a normal thing now that every earphone kind of has to sound the same in that same manner. Like there isn't any differentiation now with modern earphones. You just know that, okay, I'm gonna get a neutral set when I put this on my ears. I'm not really gonna get slam. I'm not gonna get bassy impact. This is what I get. So this is the only thing that actually makes me complain a bit about the modern tuning. Not necessarily that the fact that neutral earphones are bad. Neutral earphones are fantastic if it's done well. So in fact, I still love the Olina. It's just that I come to the conclusion that the neutral tuning of that earphone is not necessarily a great thing for me long term. But it's still a great sound. Regardless, it's just that when you lack bass, when you lack presence, it's a problem. It's really a problem. But regardless of that situation, I think this set is really, really cool. I think this is a very, very good set. I really do think genuinely that it's a very good set. It's going to sell well. I think it's gathering a lot of traction already. One can say how well it's going to do basically in terms of sales. But I do suspect that it will be doing well over time. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Most of the detail about it, I'm definitely gonna leave in the description, especially if you want to purchase it. But I do feel it will still be a very successful set. I really do feel it's still going to be a very successful set. Let's see how it goes over time. Do subscribe to the channel. Do like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.